Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a book review on two books that I read this week. One is called Earth Alone and the other one is called Ella's Twisted Senior Year. So the first one I'm going to start off with is Earth Alone. I kind of enjoyed this book, but some bits were quite boring. So this book was about this boy and his mum really didn't like the world, and she was getting really sick and really tired of it because she had some really bad experiences in the past. So he thought that he could change it. So he lived in America and he tried to go out and sign posters, make up posters. He started making up books, and he was just a regular guy, and suddenly he became really famous, and everybody was like, wait, what, who is this guy and stuff. And then people started reading his books, and in the book the world changed. This is in the future. So apparently there was no racism anymore. Everybody was equal. All of the country had the same power and stuff. And I like this book because it talked about how you can achieve something. You're a regular guy or girl. And it's just if you never do something, you'll never achieve. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve loads of stuff like this guy did. And his name was Marco. And I would probably rate this book about an 8 because I wasn't really sure if I'd like it because it's not really the kind of books that I would read. But I did enjoy it, so now I'm going to start. Marco was walking home with his mother when the scrum rained from the rain. Fire melted the snow. There was a lot of snow this winter in what reminded of the Toronto, fourth largest city in what remained of North America. This relaged continental command in what remained of the world. The trains were dead again. For long hours, Marco and his mother had been walking down the streets, heading home from the gas mask, his distribution center. The snow assaulted them like a second illusion, pilling up all of their sides, swirling around their legs, lashes and eyebrows, numbering of their fingers and bones and soles. It was the heart of winter, the coldest, blackest day of the year. 43 years ago, Mother said that morning, struggling through the cold, lights would hang on the houses in winter. 1,000,000 lights, all in green, red, yellow and blue. Bells would ring and music would play, and even the trees shone like light. Marco shivered by her side, struggling through the snow. Some days the train still worked, and the underground was full of people rushing to get to work. But most days the underground was just full of those too afraid to walk above into the world, those who hid in the shadows. So that was just a couple of pages of the book, and I liked it because it started off in a cool way, they're walking and they're talking about what they want to change, and I really enjoyed that. So that was the first book, and now I'm gonna go on to the second. So this second book was called Ella's Twisted Senior Year, and no joke, this was my favourite book. I know I said this in my last book review about Tomboy. This is my favourite book now. I actually love this book. It was so good. So what happened? It was this girl called Ella. She used to have this boy best friend when they were still in high school. And they used to be like best friends. His name was Ethan, and then he just started being popular and he went off, and she just got really upset and she like hated him for the rest of her like life. And then by senior year, they started talking again because there was a tornado, and because their parents were like best friends, the tornado ruined Ella's house, so they didn't have a house to stay in, so they had to stay in Ethan's house, and they like talked through the problems, and they realized that the messaging person who was messaging stuff between them was lying, because they like liked each other. So Ethan wanted to date her and she wanted to date him, but the friend said that she didn't like him and he didn't like her, so it just got really messy. And also, so he broke up with his girlfriend because he liked Ella, and stuff just started happening, like loads of drama, and she started like posting really bad pictures of Ella online. And by the end of the book, it was prom, and they got into really big trouble. And by the end, the girlfriend said sorry to both of them, and she was like, I really didn't mean it and stuff. And then the book finished in a really unusual way, because it didn't finish with an ending. It was like ... but I can't spoil the ending, so I can't say it. But this book I really enjoyed, so now I'm going to read it a little bit. Senior year art class is supposed to be an easy credit. So why is Miss clearly standing over me, hand on her hips and a look on her face, that she says she thinks my watercolour should be able to cure smallpox when I'm finished? I bite my lip and look up at her cat-eye glasses, the paintbrush wearing in my grip. Is there a problem, I ask? Her lips press together and she smiles. It's one of those expressions that you'd give a 2-year-old who needs to feed themselves, but they're only making mess, so you can't let them have a spoon. All of your flower stems are exactly the same, she says, bending her hand over the arc. You know, flowers in real life aren't always perfect like that. I lift my shoulders. I drop a green paint falls into the paper. Can't my painting be represented of perfection, I ask, figuring it sounds like something artsy to say. She smiles and moves on to torture the next student. I dip my brush back in the paint and drag it down across the paper, making another perfect flower stem. Here's the thing, I'm not an artist, but I can paint my nails, and only needing to peel off some of the paint from my cubicles from the next day or so. And I'm also great at making grilled cheese. So that was the start of the book, and I just find the book so interesting, and I would read it so many times. So yeah, so this was my book review for this week, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!